I so appreciate you. And I just love the way that spirit moves. I love the way spirit moves. Thank you for that wonderful, wonderful meditation. Our opening song was I Am That I Am. And it's one of the songs that I sometimes just sit in contemplation with. So happy Sunday. I think this is a happy to be in the house Sunday. Yes. Everybody got their snacks. It is doing what it does in the wintertime here. And so peace and safety to everyone that's being impacted by this snowstorm, this significant snowstorm. But we are here, we are together in the oneness. And as Joan has prepared us for the service, I want to just share two things with you quickly before I get into the message. So to January 21st was Ernest Holmes' birthday in heaven. He would have been 139 years old. And today at 7 p.m., the Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation is having a virtual birthday party fundraiser to celebrate his life. The celebration is called The Legacy of Light. So there's going to be music and humor and speakers, and they're even going to have an auction, a silent and a live auction. So if that's something you want to check out, go to scienceofmindarchives.com. Scienceofmindarchives.com. And you can find more information and purchase your ticket there. And my second thing I want to remind everyone is today, right after service, we're having our first meetup with Red Mel for 2026. So please stay after service. I have a very brief presentation just to wrap up 2025 and to share some previews of 2026. You'll have the opportunity to share or ask questions, give feedback, and we get a little bit more time to be with each other. Plus, we are going. It's snowing outside. We are going. So stay after service so we can be together in some of the business of the center. So, our theme for 2026 is open at the top. And today we bring our January theme to a close. Our January theme is Ancient Wisdom, New Thought. And we've been taking a journey through the first four chapters of the Science of Mind text and Braiding Sweetgrass, that wonderful book by Robin Wall Kimmerer. So we're going to continue to weave in Braiding Sweetgrass with Science of Mind, with chapter 2 of Science of Mind, The Way It Works. So Ernest Holmes writes in the Science of Mind on page 37, the thing then works for us by working through us and is us always. Always. It cannot work for us in any other way. It spreads itself over the whole universe and shouts at us from every angle, but it can become power to us only when we recognize it as power. So spirit does not act upon us. Spirit flows through us. We are the channel for spirit, our consciousness, and that flow is governed by recitivity. Recitis. Oh, why can't I say this word today? You know, like when you receive something, I can see it in my head. Recitis. Oh my God! Somebody say it for me. Unmute. How do y'all know the word? Recitis. Go ahead, Amy. Help me out.
Reciprocity.
Huh?
Reciprocity.
No, that's not the word. I'm gonna move on. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. It's the receiving and the giving. Recit. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. Holmes is clear that spirit can make no gift we do not accept. So God has things to give us, but if we're not willing to accept it, guess what? We don't get it. So that means that where we put our attention becomes our allegiance, and our allegiance becomes our experience. Reciprocity. No, that's not the one. I'm going to write it in the chat. You'll just bear with me. That word. Say it, Susie. Okay. All right.
Receptivity.
Receptivity. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry,
I was co-
I couldn't unmute before.
I was combining the two words reciprocity with receptivity. I was like in my head I had them going together.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right. Thank you. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Susie. So I want to take a pause and just give a definition of allegiance because I said your attention becomes your allegiance and your allegiance becomes your experience. So, allegiance means the loyalty of a citizen to their government or of a subject to their sovereign. So, what we pledge allegiance to is crucial, it's critical. I remember being in school and I don't know if they still do this or not, but when I was in school, we started every school day by reciting the Pledge to Allegiance. Anyone had to do that when you were in school? Yeah, I don't know if they still make the kids do that or not. They do. Really? Wow. Well, when I was about in the fifth grade, I was like, I ain't saying that no more. So I would stand up and I wouldn't say it. I never got into trouble, but I was like, something don't sound right. Something like what? Right? So Robin Wall Kimmerer, who wrote Braiding Sweetgrass, she shares a story in the book about her daughter. Her daughter at the age of 11 decided she's not going to say this Pledge of Allegiance either. And so what happens is the teacher calls Robin to tell Robin that her daughter doesn't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and she doesn't say it either. And now some of the other kids in the class are doing the same thing. So the teacher's like, she's not being disruptive, she's not encouraging the other kids to not say the Pledge of Allegiance, but this is what's happening, and I thought you might want to know. So this story that Robin tells in Braid and Sweetgrass is called Allegiance to Gratitude. So Robin asks her daughter, why aren't you saying the Pledge of Allegiance? Not that she was in any trouble. And her daughter said to her, Mom, I'm not going to stand there and lie. And it's not liberty if they force you to say it, is it? 11 years old, right? So her daughter's refusal to pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States was not done out of disrespect, but out of discernment. It wasn't about her being rebellious, she was being conscious. So even at 11 years old, Robin's daughter knew what she pledged allegiance to matters. So Robin's daughter's refusal to say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, with liberty and justice for all, just didn't ring true for this 11-year-old. And it didn't ring true for me when I was in the fifth grade. So then Robin takes us to the Onondaga Nation School, where the children begin the school day also with a pledge. But it's not a political pledge. It's a pledge that they call the Thanksgiving Address. It's also known as the words that come before all else. The words that come before all else. So it's a spiritual, ecological, communal pledge to the entire web of life. The pledge has nothing to do with nationalism, political symbolism, or patriotic performance, but it has everything to do with reverence, relationship, responsibility, reciprocity, and recognition of oneness. So this pledge binds their hearts to the earth, the waters, the plants, the berries, the four winds, the animals, the moon, the sun, the stars, teachers, ancestor. They pledge allegiance to the full web of creation that sustains our lives. And at the each section, they say, now our minds are one. Let's say that together. Now our minds are one. And let's take a breath. So I want to share just the opening of this Indigenous Thanksgiving address. Today we have gathered, and when we look upon the faces around us, we see that the cycle of life continues. We have been given the duty to live in balance and harmony with each other and all living things. So now let's bring our minds together as one as we give greetings and thanks to each other as people. Now our minds are one. Robin writes in Braiding Sweetgrass that this Thanksgiving address is a powerful allegiance. It's a powerful social contract, a way of being all in one piece. But first and foremost, it is a credo for a culture of gratitude. A culture of gratitude must also be a culture of reciprocity. So I would say that this Thanksgiving alliance hits a little different than our Pledge of Allegiance. Would you say? Yes, yes, yes. Because it's not a pledge about nationalism, it's a pledge about sacred kinship. So, our message today is infinite possibilities and sacred kinship. So, what would you say our country pledges allegiance to? Write it in the comments. What would you say our country pledges allegiance to? Capitalism, yes. Greed, yes. Separation, yes. The T guy. Money, classism, power over the weak, yes. Yes, I was up last night. Racism, apathy, yes. Military, yes. I was up last night doing a whole list, and most of what you have shared is on my list. Violence and tyranny, yes. Yes. It's not what we say, it's our consciousness and it's the actions that we take. So I say, yes to sexism. Allegiance is demanded, but responsibility is optional. Nationalism rises when conscience falls. Division in this country is a business model. Truth is distorted and science is dismissed. The earth heats up whilst climate change is denied. Democracy trembles. Fear is marketed and sold with an added tariff. Greed disguises itself as progress. Loyalty is coerced instead of chosen. And colonial consciousness reveals itself when nations are treated like real estate listings. I was thinking when that came to mind that I must have missed the listing of Greenland on Zillow. Am I the only one that missed that listing? I certainly missed that listing. There's an allegiance to sacred homelands becoming development projects, as if sovereignty and human dignity were negotiable. That is my experience of what this country pays and pledges allegiance to. So the spiritual question is urgent. What and to whom are you pledging allegiance to? What are you pledging allegiance to? So just like you wrote about the country, now write about yourself. What are you pledging allegiance to? Are you pledging allegiance to fear or faith? Let me see, y'all. To political turmoil or spiritual truth? Susan, peace. Yes. Harmony, Cheryl. Yes. Family, Amy. My spirit, my inner child and love, Shay. Yes. Oneness, Rev Donna Marie. Yes. Sue, family and friendship. Yes. Are you oh, Sue said creativity. I missed the one that just went by. So the question is, are you pledging allegiance to division or oneness? That's what it comes down to. Love, Kristen, yes. Oneness, Fee, yes. Some are paying, pledging allegiance to the one with the loudest voice, but not with the deepest wisdom. So Robin writes, if they understood the Thanksgiving address, we wouldn't be in this mess. We wouldn't be in this mess. If we pledged allegiance to oneness, we would not be in this mess. And I think Holmes would say something like, we are in this mess because we have been receptive to a consciousness of cray cray. Oh, wait, that's not Ernest. That's me. That's me. Ernest wouldn't say that, y'all. The universe responds to consciousness, and your consciousness is receptive to what you have allegiance with. It responds to what it recognizes, reveals, and pledges itself to. So we know that recognition is causation, that the Thanksgiving address demonstrates that gratitude is opening, opening is receptivity, receptivity directs the flow. I got it now, your receptivity. The divine circulates through sacred kinship and receptive consciousness. That is the way it works. It works through us. Both ancient wisdom and new thought asks us to pledge allegiance to the infinite possibility of our sacred kinship because we are one. We are one. Mm. Now our minds are one. We are one. Now our minds are one. So this is the allegiance that changes worlds. Now our minds are one, right? This is allegiance that heals. Now our minds are one. This is the allegiance we cultivate here at Rockland CSL. Now our minds are one. This is what we get to tap into. Remember the talk about the maple tree and tapping in to get the sap? Well, this is something that we could tap into. The fact that now our minds are one. This is what we get to harvest Remember the sweet grass being harvested? It grows when it's pulled, when it's harvest. So we get to harvest. Now our minds are one. Yes, we get to harvest that. So here we are at the end of January, just about, and it does not mean that our love work ends because the month ends. So let's go through this. What are we doing and what are we continuing? We're continuing to tap in to our oneness, to love, to light, to peace, to harmony, to all of the things that we know represents our minds as being one. We get to harvest love consciousness. And now we get to pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to now our minds are one. So I want to close this by sharing another section of the Thanksgiving address. The words that come before all else. So let's just take a moment and go within. To close your eyes if you choose to and take a conscious breath. We now turn our thoughts to the Creator or Great Spirit and send greetings and thanks for all the gifts of creation. Everything we need to live a good life is here on Mother Earth. For all the love that is still around us, we gather our minds together as one and send our choicest words of greeting and thanks to the Creator. Now our minds are one. We have now arrived at this place where we end our words. Of all the things we have named, it is not our intention to leave anything out. If something was forgotten, we leave it to each individual to send such greetings and thanks in their own way. And let us say together, and now our minds are one. Take a breath. Ashe, Amin, Aho, Shanti, and so it is.
All are a blessing to life. Thank you.
Thank you, Rev Joan.